everyone, welcome to Mala's Verse. Welcome if you're new here, welcome if you have been here before. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Today's reading is going to be about what are your current thoughts actualizing for you in your life. And we have three piles to choose from. The first one is intimate, the second group or the second pile is metamorph, and the third one is warrior. Take a few deep breaths with me here, calming your body, relaxing and dropping down into your body, dropping your shoulders, rolling them back, unclenching your jaw, breathing out through your mouth, and letting your awareness guide you to whichever pile you're drawn to for your highest good. And I'll see you in your reading. Hi, pile number one. If you chose the intimate card here, this is your reading. So, straight off the bat, I would like to say that this is very much in the direction of romance. So, if it is not, what is true for your current situation, so maybe this is not your pile. So, with the intimate card, the current energy of your thoughts is very much, in simplest of terms, intertwining with another soul. There is a lot of, with all these cards actually here, it does represent a long wanting of a connection, of a relationship that is very divine in nature, is what I am getting. So there is a lack of not actualizing. Maybe you've had past relationships that were not so good. More than that, I'm receiving what you may have seen around you in your life must have been mostly connections or romantic relationships that did not, they actually made you see what you did not wish to have in a connection, because this intimacy being the core energy is actualizing a sense of urgency with the knight of wands. Sorry, wow, we do have knight of wands coming up, so maybe that energy is also there, because when I was shuffling your cards I did see that. So I'm just going to first talk about the cards quickly. We have the Knight of Swords, the Two of Cups, the Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. And how I have designed the spread here is that how is this core thought process actualizing in your mental sphere, in your emotional sphere, in your spiritual or creative energy, and your material energy. And that is why we have each one card from each of the suits. And with the Knight of Swords, it's giving me this, this mentality, or basically the energy of your mindset right now is a sense of urgency, wanting to explore what is true for you, wanting more than that, wanting to explore. Or maybe you're urging the universe to be, where is my gift? Where is my person? Where is this partner that I've been looking for? Am I being delusional? You have those racing thoughts in your minds, is what in your mind, is what I'm getting with the Knight of Swords. There's aggression as to why things have not actualized, is irritation coming up. In your emotional sphere, you are longing for that masculine energy, because what I am perceiving for this pile is more the fact that you are more aligned with feminine energy. And so you're looking for that masculine energy that is supportive, that is fiery, adventurous, or interested in, pursuing goals together, creating stuff together. That is the kind of energy you are seeing or seeking, sorry, in the masculine energy with the Two of Cups. Someone who is fiery in nature, who is a go-getter, who is a leader, who is confident in themselves. Because with the Two of Wands, the way you have observed the world around you, especially connections. Maybe you are someone who, does root for certain celebrity relationships, and you might have been confused or a little disheartened with the way certain relationships in the recent years have come to an end, the relationships that were in the public eye. I'm not saying that that must have been your ideal, but it does seem like that must have been an interesting topic for you, something that you followed. Apart from that, the relationships around you that you have observed, you do perceive that there is a fixed point of view, there is some sort of fixation on either perfectionism or how a connection should be. And so there is not a lot of freedom, especially the freedom to explore each other and explore each other's interest, each other's creative endeavors or whatever, like, artistic stuff especially, and also the desire to support each other to pursue those artistic interests or to create together, because there's a lot of creating together, supporting each other, really nurturing, nourishing each other, being the nutrients in the soil that nourishes the growth of the plant. So that's something that you might have been observing how it has not been playing out in the relationships around you. So you have been probably working on manifesting as well, and you might be creating the list of your ideal partner, etc., wanting to actualize that at the speed of space or at a greater speed. With the two of pentacles in your earthly realm, or how it is actualizing in your physical reality, and this could be in your body as well. Something, you may be going through certain cycles of ups and downs, like with small illnesses or some discomfort in your body. More so than that, apart from the body or apart from the physicality of your body, with the two of pentacles you may be going through a lot of choices, skipping through a lot of choices. Maybe you are on a dating app and you can see, this is not going anywhere, or there's a lot of show but there is not a lot of substance in what people are portraying, and you're able to see that. So there's a disappointment sort of an energy, even like spiritually, and sort of mentally there is aggression is what I'm receiving, because things have not been actualizing, or you are not being able to see the truth or what is true for you, because there is a lot of confusion, like I said, in the physical realm. The facade that people may be creating, you are able to see through the BS basically, and you're able to see what is true in those people's nature that you might be interacting with. And so that's again, making you feel frustrated and making you think, how long is this going to take? With the Queen of Pentacles, I do perceive that because there is this disappointment in, the area of love or relationships, you are focused on your work and you enjoy it. And many of you could be home based business owners, and you do seem like someone, you know, so what I'm getting is maybe you are at work and you think about how much of a gift you are, how many things you know, how much you are so interested in, creating a home with your partner, decorating it, adoring it. Yeah, probably adoring it, but adorning it with beautiful things, things that have meaning for you and for your partner, and visualizing things like that. And then you are disappointed in thinking, or looking at, why is this taking so much time, or why am I not able to find the right person. And before we even go into certain prompts and messages moving ahead, one thing I was getting is that this file needs to first actualize in their life, in their reality, intimacy with self. So, when it comes to creating intimacy with yourself, the term that I am receiving is that honoring yourself is very important, especially honoring your choices, your desires, things that you have thought, or you are, you know, putting it into the future, thinking you would do it with your partner only. What if you can actualize some other form of it, or exactly the same thing beforehand, and for your joy, and create that vibration, that energy of that joy which you would have once you are doing that activity with your partner. What if you give yourself the permission to create it right now, today, or in your life currently? Because there is a strong indication towards honoring your energy, more so honoring how far you've come. And so, as a gift towards yourself only, why wouldn't you want to honor your own desires, your own passions, your own, desire to pursue things that inspire you so much, that light up your spirit? Maybe if you really like, I wonder if this is a pile that feels a little bit um you know like you judge yourself probably for being too much of a romantic, or for being too much too much old school in your approach to romance. No, what if you embrace it fully? What if you dive into that energy and vibrationally start creating that energy for yourself? What would be the activities you would do when it's old school romance for you, and how many of those activities could you do with yourself starting from today? There's a strong indication of honoring your desires here. Is it, buying a certain type of a dress? Maybe I wonder why this dress is coming up. Maybe some people here do like red. We do have a lot of red here anyway. So, that dancing emoji we have. So, that kind of a red flowy dress, basically a red dress that a lot of women wear when they are doing salsa. Maybe some of you like going to salsa. Maybe you do want to learn salsa, and you are, you know pushing that into the future, thinking you would do it only with your partner, or learn it with your partner only. What if now is the time for you to do it? That is the energy I'm receiving, that you have to honor your desires. You have to create whatever you are thinking that other person would fulfill. You have to begin creating that for yourself energetically, so that that vibration is already active in your universe. Because right now the energy that is active is more of, why is stuff not happening? And that's completely fine. We are here to recognize what you're manifesting, right? So we can change it. We are the creator of our reality, especially through our thoughts. So I'm going to read, um not read, but shuffle some cards here as thought prompts for you. Okay, so we do have mother wound. Yeah, breathe deeply. Yeah. Wow, we have create your reality at the end. Generative thoughts. What are you thinking? Okay, so we have mother wound. Breathe deeply thrice, drop down into your body. And I would say try doing this multiple times a day. And are you jumping to conclusions when it comes to the people you are working with, or connecting with, when it comes to recognizing who could be a potential partner? What if you don't have to think something that has to be long term, and just invite a little bit of that energy that you would like in a connection with someone, and start activating that energy? Like I'm saying, maybe you do that activity with a friend, or maybe it's just a date, and You don't offer every sort of information in the beginning, or even energetically portraying that this is what you want. Take it lightly. Sorry, don't think much of it. Connect with your guides or spirit team. I perceive that's going to help you recognize the gift and also where you could work when you are looking at these connections that are around you and how you're observing it. So connecting with your guides, with your spirit team, or just meditating on it, and giving yourself time for the thoughts to flow through, will give you more insight into the observations you've made, and what part of it works for you, what part of it doesn't work for you, and maybe what part of it were you judging because of what you've experienced in the past or seen in the past. With the mother wound, I do feel like there has been um, the idea of being an ideal partner, having an ideal partner, could be associated with what your mother or a mother like figure might have defined to you, or the relationship you must have seen in your family itself. Could be with your parents as well, or your primary caregivers, or someone you looked up to. Because with the Queen of Pentacles and with the Queen of Swords, it's a lot about image and how you present yourself to the world. And I do perceive that that may also be playing out in your life, in your reality, in your thoughts, actually. And the way you learn, not the way you learn, but more so about how you have interpreted what intimacy with self is, especially the vulnerability, the softness, the kindness that's required towards self. Maybe your awareness of it, your definition rather of it, has been influenced by a mom or a mother figure, and it has been more restricting than liberating. So that is something you can think about. What did your mom share with you, or what did you learn from her when it comes to a romantic connection, or what a partnership should be? And is that playing out in your connections, in your friendships, probably, even if it is not a romantic connection? Next, I'm going to look at what is an advice coming through from your higher self with this deck here. Just give me a moment. Okay. We have joy and contentment at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to place it here, which actually does make sense with, create your reality and generate your thoughts. Because what I'm receiving is that your higher self is also pointing towards what is joy for you, what is fun for you. Like I was saying, don't let your passions become like a package for you to discover or to explore only when you receive the partnership or companionship you're looking for. Start on it today. You deserve it. We have we are not taking this card, but it says power and intention. So see how your core thoughts are actualizing the intention you've been sending out into the universe. Because is it a mixed bag of what you desire and your fears, or is it clear cut what you would like to have and what you are being? Are you being joy and contentment? Anyway, so we have intuition and downloads. I definitely perceive you did even receive connect with your spirit guides and your team, or your spirit team. So your high self is just reiterating that message, and even especially with the two of wands here, and that's representing your spiritual energy, your spirit's energy, or what's happening in your spiritual plane. And with the intuition and downloads, it is a very simple and clear cut message for you to sit down and receive what's been coming through from your higher self about this situation, especially about the core energy of your current thoughts. and that's going to help you feel like this woman also has red color. So that's going to help you feel more confident when it comes to, relationships, more stable and secure when it comes to relationships. And that doesn't mean that you will straight up, actualize a romantic connection, but more so that you will be more confident in terms of how this is actualizing for you. So like you will not step back because of the fear of what if it fails. You will take it one moment at a time is what I'm receiving. So pile number one, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye. Hi, pile number two. If you chose the Metamorph card here, this is your reading. The Metamorph card to us is representing your current thoughts, the core energy of your current thoughts. And the simplest analogy or even a situation that I'm receiving is that you may be seem not seem, but you may be adhering to be someone who's playful and not bothered in, the waking life and to people around you. But on the other side, you've become aware of a lot of truths, and especially, I would say, the darkest truths of the people around you or people in general, especially people you have been trusting a lot. You are actually battling a lot in the mental plane, and that's just clear with the 10 of swords here as a card representing how your core energy or the core energy of your thoughts are manifesting in the mental plane. And with the 10 of swords, yes, the kind of pain that you've been going through, you are not letting others know about it. There's a lot of stuff you have been working through and you're still working through or you're becoming aware of as well, and it has been exhausting as hell. You basically are living a double life is what I'm receiving, especially with the Metamorph card, and like it does make sense. There is a strong indication towards, some of your worst fears probably have actualized, and that is the reason why you're taking your time to analyze this more mentally and you've not been sharing it with anyone. Emotionally, it's made you clear of the kind of facades, the number of illusions, the number of projections people actually, materialize, or the masks that people put on, basically. Because we do have the devil card at the bottom of the deck, which is again, the illusion of the material world or wanting to have the power in the material world, and the illusion one might create in the light of that for some fame, some progress, some promotion, money, and nothing wrong or right about it. But when it is done in unconscious and unkind ways, it affects the people around. It doesn't eventually create greater, right? So you've been becoming aware of such people around you more so than anything. For this pile, I was definitely receiving there's a lot of family stuff, so disputes probably within the family, especially within relatives. A lot of people's masks have been coming off, and it's been making you doubt the kind of emotional connection you've had with them. So even if it's not family, this could be friends you consider as family, but people quite close to you, people you thought you could easily trust, have been surfacing up with their truest face, and it has been daunting to say the least. Yet, in the waking life, in the light, you are not yet showing how much you have learned or how much you've been seeing their true colors. You are battling this mentally a lot. Some of them, I do clearly see that you have experienced betrayal straight up with the Ten of Swords. And you can, or some of you are actually, basically through word of mouth or basically through gossip, through rumors, you are learning what all has been happening behind your back, or even the universe is making you see how much you've been, because of your innocence and especially your desire to be there there for others emotionally, how much you were blinded to the true masks of those around you, basically snakes. Wow, that must have been a tough or is probably a tough energy right now also to deal with, because with the Knight of Wands as the energy, or how it is actualizing in your spiritual realm or spiritual reality for you, we have the Knight of Wands, and it does feel like you just want to leave everything behind. You want to change, you want to start afresh, but probably even geographically you would like to relocate, is something that must have been, coming to your awareness spiritually as well. More than that, what it is definitely giving you is also a bit of an awareness how much of a leader you are. You have to path. You have to carve your own pathway, and this is with Knight of Wands spiritually. It is giving you the awareness that you are the leader of your path. You cannot let others define what is true for you, especially what is right or not right in society, and the definitions given to you by these people who have been showing their true colors now. So you've been uh, spiritually going through a lot of shifts, coming to a lot of awareness, coming to a lot of awareness about your own soul, and recognizing also probably spiritually how much your soul must have triggered those around you. Yeah, with the Six of Pentacles and how these thoughts are, actualizing in your material realm, I do perceive that you're undervaluing yourself, pile number two. Any compliments, any sort of appreciation, and the sort of breadcrumbing in your promotions, or the way your higher ups are dealing with you, seems like you have made it. Like that's how much value you are giving to that recognition you've been receiving. That's because this entire energy about how everyone around you has not been trustworthy people that you had to trust or you knew you could trust, and their mask is falling off. So now anyone who's giving you little bit of attention, care, or a soothing energy by appreciating who you are, you may be thinking that that's it, like that, in a very good way actually. Like you might be thinking, oh wow, this person is great. I don't perceive that the higher ups have any malintent. They are probably blissfully unaware about what must be happening in your reality, but you might be keeping them on a pedestal, or the kind of treatment they are giving you, and which you may deem as positive, as too much or too high actually, um, of a recognition. But what you need to realize is you're someone extremely powerful, right? You are very, very gifted. You are someone who's so gentle, so caring. So you have to learn to recognize what your worth is, and receiving breadcrumbs is not your worth. All right, pile number two. So now I'm going to shuffle some cards from this deck and see what prompts come for you at this point in time. So you may be going through a lot of major changes, clearly, and walking away from a lot of relationships you very diligently and sincerely had built, or at least you're doing it emotionally, if not physically. Hmm. Anyway, you underestimate your capacities. I mean, like I was anyway saying with the Six of Pentacles here, please get over it. You are someone who's so powerful. You have to start standing up for yourself, commit to your strengths. You deserve what you would like to have. Hmm. All right, we have confide in your spirit team and our loved ones, which is interesting because we are discovering how your loved ones have not been very supportive. So I don't, but I, as I was, and connecting with your ancestors is going to be quite helpful for this pile. Then we have nothing to prove, only life to be lived. So your ideology is about what a successful life is, which may have been a guidance coming from these people that have now shown their truest selves to you. Is it working? You are an extension of the creator, and that in itself makes you magical. This is not the end. This does not mean that everyone out there is out to get you. So I do perceive there's a lot of healing required for this file. You are in the need of a lot of comfort. Receiving Reiki healing could be very helpful for this file at this point in time. So if possible, do book a healing session with any Reiki healer. I also do Reiki healing, but it is important. It's very important for you to right now nurture yourself with really kind words, to reiterate and remind yourself that you are very, very valuable. File number 2. And we have, you did not give up. You're a warrior. And for that reason itself, recognize that just you being breadcrumb by some people in terms of or in the name of appreciation is not it. You are, I mean, of course, that's great and be grateful for it. I'm not saying dismiss at all. But my friend, you deserve the world. You deserve what you would like to have. And you can actualize it because spiritually, with the Knight of Wands, you are being guided to the knowing that you are a leader, and especially you are the leader of your life, you are the creator of your life, so you have to forge your own path now. Recognize how powerful you are. There's a lot of rising from the ashes phoenix type of an energy for this file. Now I'm going to pull one last card as an advice from your higher self. I read one more card. This is it. So you might have experienced betrayal in friendships or deep connections like that. And we have harmony and resolution. Yep. Practicing forgiveness is very important for this file because that's going to help you, especially forgiving yourself. That is going to help you have more clarity and more allowance for yourself. You may be harsh on yourself, pile number 2, especially because of whatever transpired. You may be blaming yourself for being so naive, but it's clearly a path that you had to move through. That's what it seems like, a karmic learning lesson, or and even a loop that probably you had to break. Courage and bravery, it's very much in alignment with the Knight of Wands. So be the warrior that you are, and especially for yourself, especially by committing to your choices, your desires, what you intuitively know, because you do know. So yeah, your higher self is very much with you, and they do want you to confide with your team spirit, and especially ancestors, because like I said, for some of you this is related to disputes in home life, in family life. and it's been an alarming way of waking up. And other than that, of course, it could be with people that you called family. We did have friendship and union, so you might have faced a lot of revelations that may not have been the most pleasant to hear or to get to know, because I do perceive that these revelations must have even happened on not on very much by the universe. Like, you may not have known had you taken your regular course of action, but you were like prompted by the universe to do certain things which brought a lot of things you liked. So harmony and resolution is definitely possible, and not just possible, but it's coming in. What you require to do is first of all forgive yourself. Really relax into your body, and drinking a lot of water during this time could be very helpful in cleansing your system. And sitting by a water body, if that is possible for you, that's going to be helpful as well. Listening to water sounds for meditation could also be another thing that could help you. So, pile number two, that's all that I have for you. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. And I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye. Hi, pile number three. If you chose the warrior card here, this is your reading. So we have pulled out your cards, and with the warrior card, that is the core energy of your current thoughts. I do perceive that you've been going through a lot of transformations, pile number three, and also you may have some messages in pile number two. So if you were drawn to, only if it feels right to you, go do go and have a look at that reading as well. But with the warrior card, yeah, I mean, I'm taking a deep breath because you've come through a lot of trials and tribulations. You have been with I mean, the Ten of Swords as the betrayal card, like it's the epitome of the betrayal card, and walking through fire, looking at a lot of circumstances or experiencing a lot of circumstances that were extremely, I'm getting that it was a consequence of someone who was power driven and things were not kind in the way this person did certain things. And you were able to see, you recently, or you did see how probably this person maybe used you. Trigger warning, there could be some form of abuse as well, verbal, emotional, mental, physical, however may apply to your situation. But now, interestingly enough, with the ten of swords, my attention is going to the horizon here. You've reached that space in your mindset, in your thoughts as well, where you know you are the leader of your life, where you know only you've got your back, and you are looking forward with much more hope into the future, because we have ten of swords as to how your current thoughts are actualizing in your mental plane, and that's the emotional plane, the spiritual realm, the spiritual plane, or the creative area also, and the physical plane with the pentacles. So with the ten of swords, you have gone through a lot of drama in your life, and you've learned a lot of skills, especially when it comes to dealing with people, recognizing their intention, and thus making your choices accordingly. Because what I did receive was, this pile might have been at the receiving end of favoritism, or partiality, and especially from what I am receiving is a mother figure. It could be any primary caregiver, but I did do receive that energy. Like, there was more recognition, more care, more love shown to the younger sibling or the other sibling. It may not be the case for everyone, but for those who have siblings, you were like you were not given the kind of queen treatment that your sibling or the king treatment your sibling was given. If that was not the case, there was definitely a lot of comparison and a lot of dismissal of how much had achieved or you have achieved in life, and how potent you are, what kind of a gift you are, how powerful you are. You were not getting the recognition for that. And emotionally, what I am receiving is that currently you might be going through these cycles or ending these cycles. You are making choices now on the basis of X. You might have been doing this for a long while, but now it's like a new cycle that's beginning in a new level. You're making choices that are even more true for you, because there is a chance that these kind of wounds must have repeated in the recent past. And with the page of cups here, emotionally you are giving or being focused actually to your inner child and what you loved to do as a, when you were a child. Your creative endeavors, your creativity, or your interest towards what you liked creatively and artistically must be peaking right now, or your interest must be going more, or focus must be going more towards it. You are recognizing or holding a candle for your inner child's desire, especially in terms of their creative expression. So you might be getting back to certain things that you used to enjoy as a child or even in your younger years. And apart from that, you're definitely holding space for your inner child to grieve, is what I'm receiving, or you're being asked to do that. But there's definitely a lot of focus on childhood, a lot of focus on how innocent and how much of a person you were, who wanted to offer a lot of kindness through their work, through their creative endeavors, and especially like through their work, through what they created, is what I'm receiving. And spiritually, with the Six of Wands, like I was saying in the beginning, that's what I'm receiving, that your spirit now, you are recognizing that it's not that you were not recognized because you were unworthy or you were not accomplishing a lot of things or great things. Rather, you recognize that it was the influence of the person in power. And so whatever they choose was set as a norm, whatever they choose was credited or credible, sorry. And what you did or whatever you achieved did not seem very, it did not seem very fancy or something that basically it was just not their choice or something that they did not like, so they never recognized it. And of course, growing up, we look up to our primary caregivers or our parents or people even around us who have been caring for us, and what they choose seem to be, the be all and end all for us. We are just children, right? We just know about the surrounding environments, although we are highly aware intuitively and emotionally, but what transpires physically is what we make the norm growing up, because that's what we've been told, right? And we just learn from those around us. And so whatever they chose was probably very different or extremely the opposite of what you would like to do, and so you were not given the recognition more than anything else actually. And now you are, coming to terms with this, like this is not a reflection on your lack of capabilities, rather a reflection on who that person was and their choices, and how they did not honor you as a person as much as you have must have wanted them to. Physically, with the Eight of Pentacles, you are driven. You are, and especially to driven to hone your craft, hone your skills. And with the Warrior also, a warrior is someone who is very good with their craft of war, or their art of war, or their art of strategizing as well. And Six of Wands also reminds me of a warrior who's come back after a victory, right? So there is, like I said, a lack of recognition of how many hurdles you have crossed, yet now you're giving yourself the validation that you were seeking from this person. And you are not just giving yourself the validation, my friend, you are recognizing how skilled you are, you're recognizing how intelligent you are, how knowledgeable you are. You are now not bothered at all about anyone's opinion, including people you might care about at this point in time. You are just filling your own cup. And like I said, you've got a good grip over people's skills, especially the skills around recognizing whom to trust and whose opinion to be trusted with. No, like whose opinion should you be trusting or even giving some value as well. And excuse me, and even if you do, you know that fine, this is the opinion, the awareness of someone I care for, yet what is true for me. And you look at all of these perspectives and then make a choice. You are not denying your potential, your intelligence, your skill set moving forward. One thing I did receive was you might be a little too defensive, and by defensive, I am not saying you retaliate, but you may not be taking help from those who actually genuinely care for you. And this could be because of the past hurts you have received. So that is one energy that was also creeping up. So you're not letting yourself have more ease, which you can have by letting yourself be helped by those who actually genuinely want to do so for you. So, I mean, materially amazing things are actualizing for you. You're becoming a professional, like I said, at your own skill set, in your own career, in your own, pathway, especially work wise. But more so, you've become very astute about whom to trust and how much energy to invest in someone else. That is also something you've become even more aware of in the recent past. And that's what's actualizing, like those awarenesses that have been coming to you in the recent past. That skill set is manifesting with this thought form, like the core energy of your thought form, because of whatever experiences you've had in the recent past, is actualizing in you improving your skills about whom to trust, how much energy to invest where, and maybe with the same person at what level would want to invest your energy in different times, points in time, sorry. Yeah, so I'm going to pull some cards from this deck as to something to think about, a journal prompt. Yeah, like I said, put down the battle axe, relax. Do take help from those who really wish to, because you receiving help for them is a gift for them as well. And as I said that, I saw 1111. How does it get any better than this? And what else? It's not it. This one. Are you undervaluing your skills? Put them to use and see for yourself first. So that's all that I'm being asked to take. But what we have at the bottom of the deck is love yourself like you would love your pet or your own baby or child. Wow. Which I do perceive you're moving towards this. So, is it a judgment or is it awareness? And it does align with put down the battle axe, relax, in terms of how I was mentioning that you are being asked to receive help or any offer or contribution, people that genuinely care about you in this time period, at this time, let them help you out. Go and ask for help, because I'm sure they will be more than delighted to help you. It will be a gift for them as well. So is it your judgment, your fear from the past that is hindering you from asking for help, or is it genuinely awareness? Maybe it is awareness for certain people, but for some people, what if it is an influence of your past experiences? And with are you undervaluing your skills, put them to use and see for yourself first. I do reckon that this is just reiterating that you are recognizing this. You are giving yourself the recognition that you might have been seeking in some way, shape, or form. And maybe there's also an indication of recognizing your artistic skills and how not just potent, how strong they are and how inspiring they could be for those around you. So actually giving yourself the time to put them to use, to give life to it again, and not just put it at the back burner and let it just simmer because you just know that this is a skill. Okay, fine, I'll just use it one someday. Let that someday be today. So I'm going to pull some cards or a card as an advice from your higher self now. Yours has been probably the shortest one, maybe. So, what is an advice coming through pi- from from the higher self for pile number 3? One can't hit flyer, but we are not taking that. We're taking this one, self acceptance, yeah, and compassion. How beautiful. Let me just see what card that was. Angelic protection. Yeah. Anyway, like, with the judgment and awareness thing, especially in terms of asking for help from someone else, do invoke Archangel Michael's protection. And more than that, it's just reiterating that you are highly protected. So don't worry about that when it comes to maybe being vulnerable with other people, because you would know whom to do that with and whom not to do that with. And with self acceptance, your higher self is just, I think, reiterating this message again. Are you undervaluing your skills? And with your skills here specifically, I'm getting the skills of, if you're wanting to experience how it is to be an artist specifically, this is a very strong example that's coming in. So you can apply it to any area or any sort of a career, maybe, because this is definitely giving me more about self expression and how that translates into a career. So may are you doubting that the career path that you would like to go forward in, or the self expression format that you want to start working on, which would be writing, dancing, singing, creating art through, maybe even AI is what I'm getting. Maybe it is electronic dance music, basically, something that you would want to make, or DJing, could be anything. Do you fear that you don't have the skill set to actualize that as a strong part of your, or a valuable and integral part of your life, because your higher self is saying that it is very much possible. It's just that you have to accept how talented, and not just talented and in terms of art, but how talented you are in actualizing this and making it feasible for yourself. I'm not saying leave away or leave any jobs or anything that is secure for you, but not exploring and stepping into your own artistic capacity because of the fear of the fact that it, or thinking that it is a fact that it will not actualize, is that kind, you know give yourself the permission to do it, because you have all the resources, you have all the awareness, and especially the awareness about how to deal with people when it comes to any dealings you would want to or would have to do when it comes to publishing your work or dealing with other people. And this could be like, there is a power dynamic thing here, right? So this could be someone whom you want to look at as a mentor. Don't fear that because of what happened in the past that's going to actualize right now. Or now you have the skill set, the clarity, the awareness, the protection to know whom to take valuable advice or lessons from, in a way that actually contributes to you, that actually motivates you and doesn't make you feel smaller. You do know that. So your higher self is definitely saying that accept how gifted, how aware, how potent you are, and you have the capacity to actualize this artistic endeavor for yourself, or anything that has a similar energy to it when it comes to maybe a career, or even, no, I don't think it's relationship, but definitely more so career more than anything else. So yeah, pile number 3, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. By the way, self acceptance and love yourself like you would love your pet or a baby or your baby. Again, that's reiterating that message. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me in this video. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye.